This is Trabr. We're creating the technology and the ecosystem for everything building. We're creating a market network which boasts a marketplace and a mobile-first, cloud-based suite of project control tools for builders, consumers, trades, suppliers, for everybody. All on the smartphone, all remote, all mobile, all for building. This is Trabr, and this is a building conversation. G'day, this is Tony Huxley from Trabr Limited. I'm delighted to be joined today by the head of Cape Cod Australia and in his spare time the president of the New South Wales HIA, Rob Moerman. G'day Rob.
G'day Tony, how's things?
Good. Thanks for joining us, really appreciate you making the time. It sounds obviously or evident that Cape Cod's a well-oiled machine and you're using the right resources, but from your position sitting across the industry, and I guess in your role with the HIA as president there, how do you see or have you found the builders are trying to respond to those modern day expectations, and are they using technology themselves as an industry, or is this something that's sort of unique to Cape Cod?
Look, I think larger businesses have the resources and funds to sort of equip themselves with those sorts of tools. Smaller businesses are much more reliant on potentially software off the shelf, that doesn't quite fit. So they're sort of manipulating it. Smaller businesses are often strong in one or two of those areas. So whether it be in the delivery of a design by way of a 3D drawing and or information, to one of whether it be in the planning or whether it be in WHS field, whether it be in variations or accounts. Smaller builders often are really well equipped in one or two of the disciplines, but not necessarily all of the disciplines that are required for a good building to go from design through to completion. So that would be my assessment, but that's not because they don't want to. There's not too many tools out there that cover all of the bases. Therefore you have to be then good in all of them, but they're not. So larger businesses have got the resources to have people that are good in all of those areas and bring it all together.
Because it's not like you're seeing drones and robots on building sites as the media would have you believe it's about to happen. But for small builders, the ability to access tools that help them meet the expectations of consumers, that's a real challenge, because invariably they're on their own, or it's themselves and maybe a handful of people. And as we were talking about earlier, they're wearing so many hats. The challenges these people have got to meet is really something that's quite epic.
It is. However, let's stop to think about it. The smaller builder has always had to deal with all of those areas.
No doubt.
However, all of those areas have become more accountable now because of the requirement to give our clients the information. It's not, trust me, I'm the builder.
Visibility.
And we'll see you at the end. Now they are being forced to be accountable for all of those areas. And so that's what's making it a lot more difficult. Technology has brought forward a real sense of you become a lot more visual, or transparent. So there's a real requirement for transparency to your client now, which wasn't there 50 years ago, certainly not to the same degree.
And that whole, I guess, call it disclosure. Transparency, awareness, visibility, it's only going to increase, isn't it?
Absolutely. Well,
because with people like the new building commissioner here just in New South Wales, his agenda is all about that, isn't it?
Absolutely.
I'm not speaking for David.
No. And so it should be.
And rightly so.
So it should be.
Because at the end of the day, it's the client's money. So
correct. So therefore, I think there should be a requirement for it. And technology, used properly, should be a friend in that.
It should be the enabler. It should be the one that,
So, well, it is the only enabler.
Yeah.
Okay. So, because if I consider my experience of wanting always to be ahead of the game, not behind the game, have always looked for technology to be able to support us in that. So, like if I took you back 10 to 12 years ago, in relation, let's say particularly in the world of work health and safety, and really it is apart from obviously you need to have the right things in place to keep people safe, it's also about the documentation trail in relation to it.
Okay? Yeah, for sure.
And we would have boxes on site, we would have all of this information that people would supposedly need to sign for, and it's almost like imagine the receipts come accounts time in the glove box of your builder. That was almost like all of this paperwork that we had stored on sites, and we worked hard at finding a technology that would allow us to bring that information to the people on site to be able to sign off on that and to have it all nicely stored
and accessible.
Yeah. So that at that point in time that I would become accountable for any situation, it was there. So it wasn't about just me knowing that I was doing the right thing, it was me being able to prove that I was doing the right thing. So it's not trust me, I'm a builder, trust me, here's the information, without having to shuffle 5,000 pieces of paper. Technology on that front is just amazing.
And I guess technology has imposed an even greater obligation on the builders to be able to access that information in whatever it is, there and then on the spot.
Absolutely.
You can't rely on, look, I left it at the office.
No.
Because if it isn't on your phone, or you can't point to it on the field, on the site with a client, with a certifier, with whoever it might be.
The dog ate my homework. It doesn't actually cut it anymore.
Rob Moerman, thanks for your time. It's been fantastic. Appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Good on you.